Hello everyone, this is Joanna the Medium and welcome back to my channel. These are going to be readings for June 2016. First and foremost, for all of you who are watching and subscribed, for all of you who have emailed and commented on all my readings, particularly in May. I've had literally hundreds of emails and comments for my May readings. I want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate this, and I always say I'll appreciate it more than you will ever know. But I just want to make sure I give you my gratitude for being on YouTube and growing. Keep in mind these are general readings, so they may not apply to everyone, and actually probably will not. That would be quite unusual. Also, keep in mind that it's sometimes useful to listen to your rising sun and your other signs, as these will perhaps sometimes or some months offer more of a complete package of what is happening in your life. Sometimes your dominant sign or your sun sign may not be telling you a full story certain months, and some other times the other signs will complete the picture for you. As far as May is concerned, there was a bit of a turbulent waters in May, even though it was more peaceful than the last 4 or 5 months prior to May. I am being shown June to be much more celebratory. There's an aspect of social gathering, family gathering. I see people cheering, weddings, birthdays. I see a lot of outside social events. But we are coming up to the summer months, so obviously that kind of goes with the territory. But the message is that it is going to be a month filled with laughter and joy. Particularly, I want to say the mid to the 3rd week of June is what I'm being shown, and then I'm being told the word weddings. And also baby showers. So, whoever you are, you will understand what this means. I don't think there's anything else I want to address. And of course, if you would like to book a reading, you can contact me through my website, which will be down below in the information, or just simply email me at info@joannathemedium.com. And again, I want to thank you so much for all of you who have booked readings with me. You keep me hopping and keep me busy, and that is something that I'm absolutely grateful for and about. So without further ado, let's get started with each individual reading. Okay, I'll see you in a moment. Hello and welcome back. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Cancer for June 2016. I'm going to tune in and ask if there's any messages that my guide wants to put forth before I flip the cards over. So just give me 1 second. And first and foremost, I am seeing the sign for money. And I hear the word money abound. Do not let others dictate what you do and how you do it. For as long as others dictate what you should be doing, you will never truly be listening to your own voice. And though there is absolutely nothing wrong with allowing others to give you input on what might be important, it is quite something else to take that and override your own sense of self and intuition. Pay attention to how you feel, not what you think so much. For the feelings that are within you are a clue to which way you choose to go or should choose to go. Okay, so that was a little bit interesting. Let us see what the cards say, and I hope this is congruent with what the message was. So the first card that represents your situation right now, the card is called Heartache and Loss. And this is pertaining to your thinking, but I just heard fears. I hear the word loss of a loved one, which could represent somebody passing away, or loss of a loved one in a relationship type scenario. But the word fear is circling around this. And I hear the word fear of loss. And again, this is to do with a relationship. So for whoever this is for, there's definitely a distinct feeling of fearing losing something or someone in some situation or aspect that is heavily weighing on your mind. And he says your heart. So I'm going to leave it at that, because I feel that that can be interpreted in many different ways, and he's asking me to stop at this point, because whoever this is for, when you hear it, you will know exactly how it relates to you or pertains to you. The card that is representing your past influences as to why you feel the way you do, it's called emotional loss. This is pertaining to your emotions. The card is pretty self-explanatory, but it was shown to me in reverse. And he's saying to me, there was an emotional loss that happened to you in the past. And although for the most part, you have left it in the past, the fears that are associated with what happened then are very much apparent with what is happening in your life now. In other words, whatever you have experienced as far as emotional loss in your past, and I hear the word father, so for some of you, this would be a connection to a father, loss of a father, not having father around, something along those lines. Whatever you're fearing now is actually associated with what happened then. And if you haven't yet put the two and two together, I believe this is being shown to you right now so that you can connect the dots, because it's very important for you to connect the dots. And I'm seeing the month of May. For some reason, I am recording this at the end of May, but that's not what this is about. Something with the month of May, maybe for some of you, May means something in particular. Maybe for some of you, the father figure or the emotional loss is connected to someone who was born in May or in May. This is also card number 5, which is representative of May as well. So it's something about being, this is important for you to acknowledge that whatever you are fearing now, whatever you're fearing of losing now, is very much connected to something that you have lost or you felt you lost in the past. Okay? Excuse me. I seem to have some kind of a something that is in my throat, a bug of some sort. So that's influences, very important. I'm also hearing the words, do not be afraid to say no. Whether it's to a person, whether it's to a situation, whether it's to a group of friends, something about do not be afraid to say no, and do not be afraid to put yourself first. Very, very important. So I'm hoping you will understand this. Now, the card that represents your future is a card called, beautiful, I love it. It's called Accelerated Motion. This is to do with your passions. Sometimes it's to do with your career. This is also your spiritual side of you. 8 is number of abundance. It is also a very strong number to me. 8 does coincide with August. To me, I see 8 as a sign of Leo. So perhaps whatever the situation you're dealing with or have dealt with in the past is connecting to a Leo or somebody who is connected to the month of August or again May. But basically what's being shown here is don't be afraid to say no, but also don't take no for an answer. Is that right? Because somebody is feeding you something that is not the whole truth. And it is, and by looking at this card, that's something I would never say, but this is what he's being shown to me. He's shown to me. Do not be afraid to say no when you hear something that does not feel right to you. Also, demand a clear answer and demand an honest truth. That is really important for you, for whatever reason. Either because somebody is saying half-truth or somebody is hiding something, not necessarily to hurt you, but for their own protection. Whatever it is, demand for the whole story to be told to you if it does, in fact, involve you. Very important. Don't take no for an answer. Okay? Very important. Subconscious influences, or sometimes what's blocking you from achieving what you want. We have the card called Universe. Oh, that's interesting. That's a major arcana. I'm just going to put this here. So I'm going to ask why this is shown to me in a position of impulses or, what's blockages. It's not a blockage in this instance. It is actually an impulse, if I may call that, for you. I'm going to put it differently. It's very much a feeling of you feeling like, I've had enough with nonsense. I've had enough with BS. I'm no longer interested in drama and somebody's stories. I'm no longer interested in things that don't appeal to me, that I used to accept. I'm no longer interested in nonsense. And what I am looking for is something that is congruent with who I am and what I want and what I see for myself in the future. It's very much a demanding energy, but it's not an energy that says, I feel entitled. It's not an entitlement. It's about you recognizing that you have the right to all the good things life has to offer, and perhaps coming to a point in your life and realizing that, you know what, I'm not going to let anyone or anything stop me from achieving this. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to be over your dead body or over somebody's dead body. That's not what it means. But it means that you finally realize you got to do what you got to do in order to be happy, because if you don't do it, nobody will do it for you. And I feel this is to be very empowering to you. And it's something that you may not have felt, for a long time. So this is something fairly new. There is a recognition on some deep level that you have arrived at. And it's like something just clicked within you and you thought, okay, you know what? I think I am worth it. and I feel I deserve it, and I am not going to let anything or anyone stop me from living a life that is fulfilling to me. Okay? So very empowering. Very, very good. Now, the potential of all of this. We have the card called emotional withdrawal. Okay, that's very interesting. That's another 8. This is potential. This is connecting to your emotions. And I'm going to ask him why it's shown to me in this position. That's very interesting. So what he's saying to me, that even though this card is shown upright, there is a tendency for you to withdraw when you feel like you've been wronged, or when you feel like other people are intruding on your emotional territory. There is definitely a tendency for you to do that. However, just because those tendencies are there does not mean that you cannot choose to act or react differently than you have up until now. It's very much like a feeling of you having a conversation with somebody or whoever this pertains to, and the other person just keeps bombarding you with information, and you just kind of say, okay, I give up, and you kind of go into your little corner and, you know, be quiet. There is that tendency, but with your recognition that you deserve good things in life, that tendency may feel like it's less and less going forward. And that is a good thing. Excuse me. For the more you withdraw emotionally, the harder it will be for other people to emotionally connect with you. So if you do in fact have these tendencies, if you know of yourself to be someone who tends to withdraw, do your best and try your best to fight it. Because I feel that you will find a lot more satisfaction with being out there rather than withdrawing. So very, very important. Incidentally, I'm being pointed to my head, and he's saying to me that whoever this is for that has tendency to withdraw, you will probably have issues with headaches for some reason. So that's very, very interesting. And it's shown to me as red color. To me, that signifies pain, pressure. Maybe for some of you, this is going to be a migraine type headache. So there's some kind of connection there. Just going to see if there's anything else he wants to add on. He says this: even though month of May has been difficult for some of you, it does not mean that you will not turn out to be a winner in all of this. And that does not mean that things are a game or it's about losing and winning. Winner meaning feeling good about the choices you've made and what is coming up. So it's very much a metaphorical sentence, metaphorical message. And I think I'm going to leave it at that. Incidentally, I was just shown a wedding band. So some of you are either dealing with commitment type stuff or marriage or something to do with a wedding band. And I'm going to leave it at that because that could be, again, interpreted many, many, many different ways. I hope this makes sense. For those of you who it's supposed to make sense, you will know. And as always, I would love your comments. If you would like a private reading to know exactly what this is about or to connect with a loved one, you know how to contact me down below. I wish you a wonderful month of June, and I look forward to seeing you again in July. And until then, I wish you nothing but best of luck. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.